nurtures life on Earth. Flying in a conventional airplane, it would take 20 years to reach this sizzling destination. But we will reach it in seconds. By anything imaginable, the Sun is enormous, with a diameter of 1,400,000 kilometers and a mass 330,000 times greater than Earth. Deep inside the Sun, hydrogen is fused into helium at a temperature of 15 million degrees Celsius. As a result, enormous amounts of energy flood outward. The Sun's surface is a turbulent sea of hot ionized gases. The tops of huge convection cells mimic soup boiling on an enormous stove. Here and there we find darker regions called sunspots. From such places, powerful flares erupt, bathing space with deadly ultraviolet and X radiation. In addition, torrents of particles in coronal mass ejections blast outward across the solar system. Our Sun can be a violent place indeed. "150 million kilometers away, our planet is shielded from such solar tantrums by an invisible magnetic field, subduing them into hauntingly beautiful displays of the northern and southern lights. As the Russian space pioneer Tsiolkovsky once said, "The Earth is the cradle of civilization, but one does not stay in the cradle forever." We now live in the greatest age of discovery in the history of the human race. 500 years ago, great explorers sailed out across then vast oceans to bring back tales of new continents. Today, even tinier craft ply the vast ocean of space and send us amazing views of entire worlds to explore. Closest of these is our own moon. At a distance of 384,000 kilometers, the moon is our nearest neighbor in space. Barely 1/4 the size of Earth, it is a dry, airless, lifeless world. Above, a place called Earth hangs in a black sky, embedded with dazzling stars, and always utter silence. Yet the moon is not without its own, albeit stark, beauty. Thousands upon thousands of craters pepper the landscape. Long ranges of mountains thrust upward, some with peaks that soar to over 5,000 meters. Elsewhere, we find vast plains where molten lava welled up from the moon's interior, flooded the lunar lowlands, and ultimately froze in place. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, American astronauts journeyed here. Their scientific instruments, lunar rovers, and footprints bear testimony to these visits and will last for millennia to come. Someday, humans will return, perhaps to set up permanent scientific bases, perhaps to pave the way for the first cities to be built on another world. cracks in the soil don't show evidence of dune buggies driven by teenaged Martians, but rather robot spacecraft from Earth. They prowl the Martian landscape looking for conditions that might have been conducive to life in Mars's ancient past. Their human creators may someday follow. But, in an ironic twist, some wonder if an impact from space long ago would have blasted rocks from Mars that contained life and rocketed them to Earth. In short, could we all actually be Martians? It is a fun question to ponder. Beyond Mars lies the asteroid belt, fragments of debris left over from the formation of the solar system, fragments that gravity could never mold into a single planet, fragments in endless tumblings about the sun. Emerging from this cosmic boulder field, we enter the gateway to the outer planets. Jupiter, a world so large that 1,300 planets the size of Earth could fit inside it. Its striped face marks the tops of enormous cloud systems. Here, ammonia snows swirl in blizzards of gigantic proportions, while deeper down, ammonia rains are unleashed in torrents, and lightning bolts flash with energies that would vaporize earthly cities. Along the boundaries between the white and multicolored clouds, jet streams streak at speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour. Giant Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, yet it also has the shortest day, less than 10 Earth hours long. This dizzying spin, coupled with enormous heat welling up from deep inside, craft enormous storms. Among these is the Great Red Spot, a vast cloud complex more than twice the size of Earth that has been raging for at least 400 years. While Earth has but one moon, Jupiter plays host to over 60. Orbiting close by is Io, a bizarre clown face of a world. The reason for its appearance lies in Io's tortured existence. It is the victim of a tug-of-war between Jupiter and neighboring moons. They push and pull, endlessly contorting Io's surface and heating what lies beneath. The molten interior erupts through cracks in the surface and explodes into the near vacuum of space as the largest volcanoes in the solar system. Multicolored sulfur snow shoots 300 kilometers into the sky and then drifts downward to repaint the landscape in surreal splashes of yellow, red, black, and white. Io is a world literally turning itself inside out.